Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning back into another episode of TMRO Talks. This morning I have a very, very special guest with me. She is one of the first people to let me come in and experiment with starting my business as a videographer. I will let her introduce herself from here.
Hi, my name is Lauren Goldman, owner of Goldman Grows. I help small business owners succeed with paid ads and bring that in-house confidently.
Awesome. Well, we're so glad you're here this morning, Lauren. So dive into a little more of what it is that you do. We know that you work with paid ads and also search engine optimization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it optimization?
Optimization.
Optimization.
Yep.
Okay. So dive in a little bit more and tell us what that looks like.
Yeah, definitely. So I run a business basically doing done with you ads and done for you ads. The done for you is where you hire me on as a partner in your business and I 100% handle the strategy, the creation, the reporting, everything to make sure that your ads are seen in front of who you want them to be in front of, as well as converting and hitting those goals. I also have a program called Ads That Grow, and this is a done with you program where you actually get to add me into your ad account and you get to learn every single step of the way so that you can actually master paid ads. Because the goal is for your business to succeed without outsourcing everything.
Yeah.
And this program essentially helps give you that confidence to do ads on your own.
So you're the training wheels.
And the training wheels, yes. Yeah. Yep. I want you to take them off eventually.
Yeah. That's the goal. Well, that's awesome. That is amazing. And you've been doing this for how long?
Okay, for a long time. So I've been running paid ads for probably over a decade, probably before, I think billboards were still a thing when I joined advertising. I'm kidding, I'm aging myself. But no, I've run global brands all over, truly all over the world. And so I kind of took that and wanted to move it into my own thing to just open up some flexibility.
That's awesome. So when you started your own business, what is the first thing that you kind of struggled with as you jumped into that?
Well, how much time do you have? No.
Like 30 minutes, go.
Yeah. A lot of it is just the mental space of, when everybody thinks owning your own business, it's super flashy and fun and you have so much freedom and you can do things like this on 10 o'clock on a Thursday, when in reality, it's behind the scenes, we're working till 10 p.m. because not only are we the face, we're also the doers and we have to quite literally wear every single hat. So first getting started, that was an adjustment, and then also opening up and realizing I can hire help. That is a thing.
Yeah, that's something I'm working on right now.
that is, I've hired help, and that's been really big. And that's also helped with this paid ads program, because it's really that same message of, if you learn this skill, you don't have to outsource everything.
Yeah, I get to be in the behind the scenes. I was up till, I think, maybe 11 or 11:30 last night scheduling emails to send this morning.
Oh gosh, scheduling emails is my favorite thing to do.
That's my hero. Because I, outside of this, also work another job. So having the time to actually respond to people it's not.
It's not.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So it's
we love it. If you get an 8 a.m. email from me, just know it's scheduled.
Oh yeah. I wrote that at 2 a.m. last night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
But no, it is definitely a challenge of stepping in and having to be both the face and the feet of the business. But I feel like that also is such a good skill to learn how to do, because you have to do that in different areas of life.
Yeah.
And you're a mom, and I know that you understand that a little more.
Yeah, I've got two little, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they that's why I started my own business, truly, so that I could be present at t-ball practice and at the daycare, volunteering and whatever. So it's a little bit of a mix of both, and I'm grateful for it, but it is a delicate balance.
Yeah. And what have you learned about having a balance, work-life balance?
Yeah, honestly, that nothing is ever on fire. It's on fire in our brain, but it's not actually on fire. And that it's reminding yourself why you're doing this. You're doing it for yes, for your clients, yes, because you believe in it, but also because you want a life outside of a 9 to 5. So that's a big reason.
Yeah, that's a motivating factor, I think. Being 19 and looking at it and wanting to build that option as you stepping into life on my own and branching out into the goal of, eventually, hopefully having a family and people who want to and need to rely on me.
Right.
Having the flexibility to be more involved.
Yeah.
That's the factor, that's the motivation.
Yeah, that's the dream, truly, for sure.
It's amazing how that American dream has shifted from what it used to be to what it is now.
I know. It's like, I was telling someone yesterday that's like, we are so busy, but it's so cool to be busy in something you created. Like, you're busy because you made yourself busy with work that people are invested in you with. Like, how cool is that?
It's not just busy work, it's work, it's passion. It's
important work.
Fueled, and it delivers. And I think that's a piece that I try and remind myself of when I feel swamped, and it's like I pray for times like these,
Yes. I am in a bunch of online communities that specifically are faith-based. And I did this for a reason when I started on my own, because I needed to have that grounding moment of even talking to another entrepreneur and having someone say tomorrow's not promised, God is stewarding your gifts for a better good. That is so, it just makes what we're doing not so heavy, I don't know, it's really good to surround yourself with people, especially in the entrepreneur space, that walk similar walks with you.
And those who understand, the timing, right? You're given 24 hours. We do schedule stuff out through 6 months.
Yeah.
But understanding the stuff that's a month from now, a week from now, isn't nearly as important as what the Lord has for me today. And what that is today is to get up, do what comes my way, and do it to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And that's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. That is going to be, today somebody called, their ad didn't go up. Today somebody's video shoot didn't go the way they had planned. I came unprepared, and it was a thing of I didn't know this is, the communication here wasn't what it should have been, and having to handle that in grace. And being calm.
I actually say a good bit in my business, it's all about pace and grace.
That's a slogan right there. You should trademark that, because
pace and grace.
Somebody's going to see this and be like, ooh, okay.
By the time you see it, it might be trademarked.
Hopefully so. So when was the moment where you were like, this might actually work, when you started your business?
Oh gosh, yeah. I honestly don't think there was a moment, because I had to make it work. I was in my corporate job. I loved it. I thought I hit I hit the top of the ladder. This is amazing. Loved it. I was working with brands literally all over. It was a dream. However, it also required me to work Sunday mornings. Seriously. And it got so, it was just the stress of it all, where I remember I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just beside myself, and I told my husband, we had just moved. So the interest rates are hefty. So we had just moved.
Yeah. And
I told him, I was like, are you gonna quit my job? And he's like, no. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna quit my job. And I just did.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, I had to hit the ground running, and luckily made connections where it made it a lot smoother. And then, the confidence came with it, and then starting to really position myself as a thought leader in the space. And it's been literally all glory to God, for real, because I went out on my own October 2024 is when I officially left corporate.
Yeah.
So a year later, and it's been amazing.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine being in the position of, I remember when I quit my job, of like, it was just solely, I didn't tell anybody. I was just like, deuces, I'm out. And that was, still being in college, early college, and living at home. My parents were like, you did what? Kind of thing. I can't imagine being in a position where it's like, yeah, I'm going to quit this and we'll just get support.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure having 2 kids and, mortgage, all the things. So that's why, but I also think like sometimes there's good pressure.
Oh, pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds. That's where we've.
Well, my dad told me growing up of like pressure makes diamonds, and I didn't understand that for the longest time. And I was finally at a point when I did quit, and I was like, this is it. I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to do it. And there was probably, I think, 3 months where I just was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I don't know. I'm not making as much money. I'm not making any money this month.
Yeah. No, I remember when we met. That was like when I first, just a few minutes ago, I was asking you, how is, the business of everything, knowing that I saw you when you were kind of making that transition.
Yeah.
Like you were really kind of starting on your own, where I was like, Talen, you have a talent. Talen has a talent. Do people ever tell you that?
My Instagram handle, my personal page is talented.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, because that was my first impression of you. I was like, you actually have a skill here. Go for it. Do it.
And for the longest time, as I was, when my seasons of business was slow, I look back and I'm so grateful for it because I was like, man, the quality of what I was providing then versus what I'm doing now where I am busy, I'm so grateful I wasn't busy then because it probably would have shut itself down. It wasn't to the level of which it could have been and should have been. And it still is, it can always improve, especially now that we're in a digital video marketing age. Like there's always the next best thing, the next way to improve, the better camera, all of that.
That's so cool.
It's just,
that's a great mindset.
It's an evolving thing, but to see, where I'm at 6 months later of like, oh wow, I'm glad I didn't get this person at that time, this person at that time.
Isn't that funny how it seems so big in the moment, and then the next big thing comes around, and it's like if you had said yes to the previous opportunity, you wouldn't have time for the opportunity in front of you.
Yep.
I've been in that position too, where I'm like, thank goodness I said no.
Yep. So I have a little fun segment I like to do every episode called Film or Fail. You either get to tell me your favorite movie and tell me why it's your favorite movie, or you get to tell me a moment when you failed in your business that you learned from so other people can learn from your mistake.
I was not prepped with this question.
That's everybody's response is you put me on the spot. And it's like, that's
the point.
We really get to test and see if you have a favorite movie because a lot of people, they're like, oh, this is my favorite movie. It's easier than thinking of a...
Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest. I don't really watch, I'm not a TV junkie, so I don't really have a favorite movie.
That's kind of sad.
I know. I know. I can't even tell you the show I'm watching right now because you would be like, what? So I'm not even going to be watching it.
Okay.
It's called The Midwife.
Okay.
It's literally British women in the 1960s that just deliver babies, and every time it's like, why are we watching this again?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, time that I have failed. Ooh, I've got a good one. Okay, so when running paid ads, you obviously have to have a budget behind the ads to make them work, right? You have to have an ad spend, is what it's called.
Yeah.
During my very early days, you also have to select dates that you want the ads to run. Whether it's a month, it's a week, whatever, you can literally say from January 1st to January 31st if you want.
Yeah.
Whatever. I put in this was a client. I was really, really young. I'm still gonna preference that. I didn't extend the date range and ended up spending thousands of dollars on ads in a span of 48 hours.
Ooh.
And it wasn't my money.
Yeah.
That was a big learning curve. That was, yeah.
That's a moment your heart drops, I'm sure.
It did, but luckily my boss was very, very good with me, and essentially not only was she forgiving, but also used it as a learning opportunity instead of just yelling at me type thing. So I learned a lot, honestly, in that moment about leadership and how to handle fails or accidents, mistakes.
Yeah.
So that I've always kept with me, even as like I become a leader, or like even when I'm teaching paid ads, I always make sure to call that out. And then I also use that as like a human moment of we all make mistakes.
Oh yeah, it's
Like this was a big mistake, but we all make mistakes. And now I just check every single time I go into the account. I mean, years later, I'm still like, okay, the date range is correct, the amount is correct, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. I mean, simple as ordering this placing to be in the studio. I think 3 times in a row booked the wrong date or the wrong time, and I was just the owner and be like, "Hey,
right?
Can you change this? I'm sorry." And now I'm sitting there like, "All right, read it once, read it twice. I'm gonna read it a 3rd time just to be sure."
Yep. Yeah. It's when there's money on it, it makes it a little bit more. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Okay, so it's hard because I'm in a transitional season now. My favorite movie used to be the movie I've seen the most, and that's like my comfort movie is When Harry Met Sally.
Okay, let's go on.
Which, like December of last year, I watched, I kid you not, every single night before I went to bed.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's a, yeah. I mean, I can't say anything. Call it midlife. So.
Yeah. It's a little different when people are like, with a TV show. Cause
it's different.
It's different at least, versus everyone's like, you're watching the same 90 minutes of a film over and over and over every single night. And I'm like, it's just.
Do you know all the words?
That movie, I know the first half.
Because then you fall asleep.
Sometimes. But I love that movie. It's so real. It's just people. And you look at the writer and the director, they sat down and just wrote about like their dating experiences and just wrote what real life was for them. And
it's beautiful.
I love it. There's not a lot of movies that are just simply down to earth like that are super personable and real. It's always like, they're gonna meet on the bridge and no. Harry running 3 blocks to a New Year's Eve party, that's real. Spoiler alert, by the way, if anybody hasn't seen that. And you're looking too.
Oh, that's hilarious. I have a comfort movie. Mine would be like Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay.
Like, that's like everyone's comfort movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Talen.
I know. I think it's because my sister watched it and she was like, it wasn't good. And at this point in time, I didn't realize my sister, and I love you, but she doesn't have a very broad taste of movies. She likes her few select things, and that's about it.
I think your sister and I would get along.
Yeah.
But I liked it, clearly. I still watch it. But now we're watching Toy Story and Cars, and
great movies.
Yeah, we're in a major Disney right now, my 4th. So, but
that's the time.
Yeah, when it comes to movies, I'm like, I don't know what movies.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the first guest I had on the podcast. She said her favorite movie was the Bee Movie.
Oh.
And so I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a cartoon being your favorite movie, because that's honestly,
those are the best.
There's some really good cartoons.
Those are the best.
Like I've got buddies who they will say Cars. They will say Cars is their favorite movie.
I mean, truly, I feel like that's when I'm most captivated. Like I'm not scrolling on my phone, is when we're watching like Toy Story or it's Beauty and the Beast, where it's like a movie from our childhood that I'm like, gosh, I haven't seen this. And then next thing I know, I'm like fully invested.
Yeah.
We just took the kids to Disney on Ice, and it was
that's so fun.
So cool.
Yeah.
But it was so like having watched all these movies, and then like seeing. I mean, it was highly recommend. It was really neat.
Pretty sure I went to Disney on Ice when it was like starting
out. Yeah, it's. I mean, it made me want to go rewatch everything. Honestly, Frozen, obviously.
Oh, that was my brother's movie.
Yeah.
He was little, and my mom needed to get stuff done. She just threw that on.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, we were. Yeah.
We all knew it on a loop. We all knew all the lyrics to all the songs.
My daughter quite literally was Elsa this morning before she went to school. It was like 7 a.m. and here we are being Elsa.
Yep. So, what habits or daily practices do you practice to keep you grounded as things get chaotic?
That is a great question because I have recently adapted and almost like not forcing myself, but really carving out time to journal in the morning. What?
I've been for the past probably 2 months, people telling me to journal. So
I highly recommend
it.
it. Highly recommend because it's also actually ChatGPT was like journal prompts just to get started.
Yeah.
But then I find myself anytime like I have an upcoming launch or I get stressed about something, I write what future me is experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's almost like I'm putting out in, like I believe in this happening.
Okay.
And it's like a sense of like almost like confidence boost of like, you know, Lauren 6 months from now will look like this and you would have accomplished this. So then it makes me feel like, okay, like I'm doing the best thing I can do.
Yeah.
So, and then also saying some things that like I want to do or I would recommend journaling.
I was literally thinking before you said that, as we sat down, because obviously my laptop is sitting there, how when I started, even before I quit my job, when I started like, Tomorrow Pictures, I don't know if that's what it was called at the time, I was journaling every time I had an opportunity or something and just writing about it. And then I think I stopped in like maybe January of this year. And I'm gonna go back and read that this afternoon.
You should.
Journal again, a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. What do you do to stay grounded?
I use a calendar. I didn't do that growing up.
I live by a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
When Talen tried to like schedule this and he like sent me a text of stuff, I don't even know what, I literally looked at that and I was like, well, put that on my calendar.
She was like, send me a Google invite or I won't be there.
I was like, calendar, boss. He sends me a text. I was like, no, it has to go on the calendar.
Yeah.
So yes.
Calendar. I definitely say living by a calendar. And then also just the more recent practice has been writing out, okay, what needs to be done today? Because especially just over like the past month, I've gotten busier, which is great. Mm-hmm. It's a blessing, but it's one of those things where I still am only me. And I'm almost there, but I'm not in the financial position to where it's like, I want to fully pay somebody out to come help me.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while I will be like, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just me. So it's like, okay, what needs to be done?
Mm-hmm.
Today has to be finished by today or finished by tomorrow. And that's what I do is sit down, write a list of priorities. And I mean, that priority list is literally today, laundry needs to be done. Edits can wait till tomorrow. I need to dust my room, vacuum, do laundry. Everything can wait till tomorrow.
You have an everything list.
Oh yeah, it's when I say I write down priorities, I'm talking like from brush teeth to, okay, well, I vacuumed my room a week ago. Oh, I could wait. Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Probably should vacuum like once a week, but.
Yeah. Hey, if it's on the list, it will get done.
If it's on the list, it will get done. So I started that because it did get to a point where I was like forgetting to clean and I would come home and my room was a mess, and since my room is my office, it's just like not a good workspace at all. And I was like, it needs to be clean.
Yeah, I'm like that too. If I have to have a clean space to get productive.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So, what is a misconception people have about running a business, specifically like yours?
Well, one of the biggest objections I get is that business owners aren't ready for paid ads or they can't afford paid ads. And so I have to walk through about how you are ready for paid ads if you have an offer that you're wanting to get out into the world.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the expense, that's really why I have this program, so that you're not outsourcing to agencies that cost thousands of dollars a month and you don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because truly, you can spend as little as $25 a day on ads if you want to. You can go lower if you want to. So it's really, working with people's mindsets about ads is one of the.
What would you say to those in a service industry like mine rather than a, like clothing and apparel?
It's e-com.
E-com, okay, yeah.
Service versus e-com?
Yeah.
Service-based businesses do really, really well with leads.
Okay.
So like a lead gen that would be ideal for paid ads, because it's like you have this offer, you're bringing people into your world, and now you can warm those leads by them getting to know you, whether it's on your email list, your website, whatever, it's your organic social.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, I offer a service, I run lead gen ads, and it's literally to get people
Leads.
in my world, that could be a lead.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you could go back and give your younger self a piece of advice before starting, what would it be?
Do it.
Just start.
Just do it.
Are we allowed to say that as Nike? Like, I think about that every time because it's such a common phrase.
No, they would have so many lawsuits.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, truly, younger me, oof. And honestly, get in the room and be open to opportunities. I feel like people say get in the room a lot, but there's so much value to that. Because one, you're making connections, but also you'll never know everything.
Oh yeah.
So like, learning from other entrepreneurs is so big for me. Even like understanding how someone runs payroll or like how someone does invoicing, like learning how other people do things. It's like, oh, maybe I could adopt that. Makes your life easier.
Experience is the greatest teacher. And I mean, that's from as simple as having to do shoots out in the daylight and adjust to like, okay, how do I actually adjust to this harsh sunlight versus interacting with people and being like, okay, oh, this is how much they share about their personal life when they're in a conversation. Because I like to come in and, I'll, woo, here's everything going on in my life. Versus like, well, this is a networking event. You're here to, network and business, not make friends. But they go hand in hand.
Friends are important.
I was going to say, they go hand in hand. I would say a good portion of the people that I work with, I would be friends. I am friends.
It's not funny how you end up, like, I have some clients that are genuinely my friends now.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, I've connected, like, clients together, and I was in the car literally this week, and I was like, oh, I'm going to check in with so-and-so. Call her, she didn't answer. I was like, fine, I'll check in with the next person. Call her, she didn't answer, and they were on a Zoom call together. And I was like, wow, why didn't y'all just Zoom me in?
Yeah. They didn't want you, Lauren. They wanted one-on-one time.
I know. I was like, shoot, someone talk to me.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what is one thing you're excited about for the next year of your business?
Honestly, I would love to do opportunities like this. I think what you're doing is so cool. Like getting yourself out on a podcast, whatever it is. Like expanding that digital footprint that is on my horizon for next year.
That's gonna be really cool. I think that's my favorite thing over the past, I'd say this is probably, what encouraged this was being at more events just with people. That's my favorite thing, is being more present.
Yeah.
And going to more things that aren't strictly work-based. The first time I was in this studio was for a class that I didn't want to go to, but I was encouraged to go and to go and to go, and I was like, I'm not gonna learn anything. And I went, and I learned so many things that I still use and apply.
That's awesome.
And so
see, that's why it's important to get into the room.
It is. It is. Especially if it's a room where you're like, I don't need to be there.
Right.
Because there is always going to be something you can learn from.
Absolutely.
So wrapping things up, where can people find you, follow you, and support you?
Oh, I love that. My Instagram, I'm most active there, is Goldman Grows. And you can learn everything about paid ads right there.
Yeah, right there. And then your website's also linked in the bio, right?
Yes, it's just goldmangrows.com. So it's pretty much Goldman Grows anywhere. Love a little play on words.
Awesome. Any final thoughts you'd like to share for any entrepreneurs who are struggling or considering starting or giving up?
I mean, truly just believe in yourself. And know that you're doing this for a purpose, and just don't forget about that purpose. Truly.
Yeah. Keep going.
Keep going.
We will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in and listening.